Hello and welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you are so inclined. In today's video, we're taking a look at this. It's the ModMic Wireless from Antlion, and they say that you can attach this to any headphones and make the greatest headset of all time. Anyway, that sounds like a good promise to me, so let's check it out. So, the ModMic can change any headphones which you like into a perfect gaming headset. Well, what makes a perfect gaming headset? One, yes, I appreciate it. If you have a pair of headphones where you really like that audio signature and you've tried this on a game and it sounds very good, very natural, then why would you want to change? So I kind of understand that. Now, this thing does retail for around £135 or around $130 USD, which is rather expensive when you imagine you can get some good headsets for that price. But again, if you've already got a set of cans that you very much like, then why bother? But they claim that the mic is very good. Now, I've used some great headsets in the past with great mics. I really have. I think the Corsair microphones are very, very good on their headsets. But let's check this out now and see what it sounds like. Now, the eagle-eyed among you will probably realise that I don't have a wire coming from these headphones because I've not got them plugged in. It's for the just for the purpose of this. But the mic is definitely running. You can see the blue LED is on. I can see over there on the little dongle that it's actually working very well, which is all very, very nice. Now, I'm recording this, by the way, into OBS. Now, I've got it set up so it's just recording at -1 dB just to try and stop any of the clipping, but I've no filters or anything like that on it. And I'm hoping that this comes across as well as I recorded it before, because this mic sounds very, very good. And as I said, this is in the Cardioid pickup pattern, so it's a bit more gated. It doesn't have all those background sounds. Now, we will have a listen to those later when we're trying it out on the keyboard and whatnot, but ultimately, I think this is very good. Now, I do just want to do the thing where I read a bit off their own blurb, just to see what it says. Now, it does say full band audio quality. Full band, very good. aptX low latency, 5 times faster than standard Bluetooth, which is good because Bluetooth latency is quite poor. That's why you don't want to game on a Bluetooth headset, because you can actually start noticing that latency after a little while. It also says that there's 2 microphone modes, which we've discussed. 12-hour battery life, well, it says 12 plus. I'm not going to go that far. I'm still ticking with my 10 that I discovered. All very nice. Now, it does have a built-in quick mute, which is all nice and easy to use. You just press the soft button. Unmute. Now, I've left that in so you can try and hear if there's any sort of sound as you're muting and unmuting, just so you can see what it's like. But do let me know in the comments below. Do you think that this sounds better than most high-end gaming headset mics? Because that's where you're at with this. Once you're spending £130 just to add to your ready existing headphones, you are getting into quite a range. Now, don't get me wrong. I have headsets that are $300, and I still think this mic sounds better than quite a lot of those. But you be the decider. You're the one watching, you're the one listening, and this is the most objective part of the test I can actually do. But anyway, let's move on. So what do we get in the box of the ModMic Wireless? Well, we get all sorts of cool stuff. First and foremost, when you open the box, you're greeted with this hard carry case, which feels very nice. It's a sort of a rubbery, plasticky material, but it's very, very sort of dense, and you can tell this will protect whatever's inside it. And it does in fact have the Antlion branding blazoned across the front to give it that gamery feel to it. And within the beautiful case with the beautiful branding, we do get all of this good stuff. First and foremost, we've got the ModMic Wireless itself, which is a nice bit of kit. It really is. It's quite attractive. It's quite good looking. The stalk itself is nice and flexible, but not too flexible that it will sag or anything like that. And some people say it looks a little bit big, a bit long, but then you've got to understand that this is to go on a pair of headphones, and you don't know whose head those headphones are on. If that person has a very large head, then this stalk needs to be very big. It also gives you a lot more play with the positioning in front of your mouth, which is very good. It helps quite a lot. You can get that perfect tone. Now, the back of this doesn't seem well weighted. It feels very unbalanced, but again, that's for a good reason. This is where it connects to the side of your headphones themselves using a magnet, which we will come on to shortly. And it is very cool. It feels very stable on there, and it feels very unwobbly, which seems like a weird term to say, but it does actually make quite a bit of difference. Now, just on the underside of the main housing for it, you do have, and sadly, a micro USB connector to charge this up. I'm hoping on the next iteration of this, they do move towards Type-C to give it that faster charging. It does say on the box that you'll get 12 hours of use from this. I got about 10, if I'm honest, but there will have been times where I just left it turned on the desk, connected to the headphones, if I'm going to do something, things like that. So you could well get those 12 hours, but I'm going to stick to my own findings and say 10 hours is pretty much all that I got. Now, when this does move to Type-C, that'll be a lot quicker to charge, and all of a sudden that length of time that you get usage out of it doesn't become a bit of an issue. But I did notice a few times when the mic just died on me. Never fear, however, you can just use the micro B cable, which is quite a lengthy cable, and you can use this while charging it, which is always very, very functional and very useful. And this is kind of a longish cable, so you've got plenty of flex to go into the front panel or the front I/O of your PC to use this. Then we get the receiver, which ties in with this cable. This is a 2.4 GHz receiver, which is all very lovely. Now you can just slot this in to your front panel I/O on your computer, and you can see the lights that are indicated on here. Now those lights are affected by the switch on the actual ModMic itself. You press this in to turn it on, obviously. Hold it down, you will turn it off. If you just press it once, it'll go to mute, which is all very good, but you won't know it's on mute. There's no LED on the mic. There is an LED on here, but obviously you can't see that, so you need this little receiver. It does have LED indicators on the front to let you know. Now you do get magnetic clips to clip these on, as I did mention. Now I don't have any left because I've been playing with them all to see what sort of headphones they can actually go onto. Not all headphones have a clean, sort of smooth side to it, so you're not necessarily thinking you're going to get the best adhesion to it, but you kind of do. Now I've decided to just show it on these. I have used this on the DT990 Pros as well, because that also has a weird side panel to it, just to show how well they do stick on. As I said, I will have pictures on the screen, but there you are. There's a little magnet that just has some 3M sticky back tape on it. You just stick it on. Now this is sort of a metal grilled lattice, and it sticks just fine. Also, with it being metal and this being a magnet, they came together quite well. And then when you've got the ModMic connected to it, you're effectively sandwiching the metal at the side of the headphone into it. There's nothing it can do. It can't move. It's all very good, very stable. Now, when you do stick on the little magnet, it does say to leave it there for quite some time. We know that nobody's going to. I just held it down for about 2 minutes, nice and firm, to make sure it was on there, and it's been totally fine. On the DT990 Pros, the same happened on there. I've done it on both sides of the headset itself, or the headphones themselves, just to make sure it does stick, and it sticks perfectly well, even though it's not a flat surface, which I thought was quite important to show. Now, if you want to move the headset around for whatever reason, the way that these magnet clips are laid out is all kind of cool. You can just turn it. You get literally 90-degree motion each time, which is all very, very nice. It's all very handy, it's all very good, and it's all very comfortable and convenient, which I'm very, very impressed with. So, yeah, this mic for me, all kind of cool. Very easy to set up, very easy to use, and you can get replaceable sticky pads should you choose to, but they are just from 3M, so you could just probably buy your own for a couple of pounds or dollars, whichever country you're in, and then, boom, job done. All good. Let's move on. Now, I did say earlier in the video that we'd have a quick listen to what it sounds like with the keyboard and things like that, so you can sort of get a feel for what this will sound like to your friends when you're gaming. Now, the setup that I've got this mic, the little switch is pushed towards Cardioid, which is definitely the one I'd recommend. It's a bit more gated, should wipe out or mitigate a few of these sounds, but not completely. But we'll have a quick go at that first. Now, all I did there was type my name and then gibberish across the top, but I'll try as if I'm gaming. There we are. I was doing some jumping around, just spamming the space bar and using the W key and whatnot, because that's how I game. Just jumpy, jumpy, jumpy. Now let's try with the different mic setup. Now you might hear a bit of a crack on the recording from this as I flick it over, but there you go. Now the first time you use this switch, it was very tough, very difficult. After that it becomes a lot looser, but doesn't just play by itself, doesn't just move around. But let's give it a go. So there we are, nicely back on. As I said, this is the omnidirectional setting of the mic, so you should get more of that environmental sound. You may even pick up some of the sound coming from my lighting, which is remarkably loud recently. I may have to get more. But anyway, here we go. So I'll just do some typey types. That's just me typing my name and random stuff again. And then let's have a look with the actual game sounds. I'm trying to do the head impressions as I do it. So in conclusion, what do I think to this? Do I think it's worth the £130 that you'll be spending on it? Well, honestly, if you already have a set of cans that you really, really like, if you really like that audio signature, then yes, absolutely. You don't need to go out and buy a full headset. You can just buy a wireless mic, have it attached, happy days. I love the way that this connects. I think it's all very good. I've spoken about this before when I've discussed ModMics. They're very, very good, very, very functional. Now, if you already own a very expensive gaming headset, then no. What would be the point? There'd be no need in doing that. If you already own a gaming headset that you like and that you enjoy using instead of your headphones, then again, no, there'd be no point doing it. But if you want that high-end audio that you've already spent money on buying a really nice set of headphones, then absolutely, this is a game changer. Just means you don't have to go shelling out. It means you don't need multiple sets of headphones just to play computer games. It's all very good. And bear in mind, you don't just need to use this for gaming. This is very, very good for conference calls. I was giving a presentation the other week over Teams. This came in handy, just added to that production value. Although the mic on my laptop is perfectly fine, that is just better. It just made the whole thing a bit more premium. Now, if you're gaming on Xbox or PlayStation, perhaps not. I'd pretty much just stick to PC. I'm in the understanding you can get this working on Xbox, but it's very, very cumbersome, and no, I'm not going to do a tutorial video for it. But there we are. I think it's very, very good. I think it's very solid. The mic is beautiful sounding. Very, very much is. And it's awesome if you're wanting to, like, I don't know, record some music. You can put this in the Omni-Directional mode. You can play your guitar or whatever instrument you play and record this nicely, knowing that the bitrate is still going to be pretty good when it gets into the PC. But there we are. A very, very good microphone, as expected from ModMic. Absolutely beautiful stuff. So if you did like the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up for the algorithm and all the whatnot, whatever it does. But I like it. I like a thumbs up. It makes me feel good inside. And if you want to see more stuff like this, do subscribe. I know my consistency has been poor recently, but I've been very, very busy. But thank you very much, everyone. Have a good morning, noon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Goodbye.